Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about something personal. Um, I have a brother that the enemy put in a wheelchair, gave him a stroke, pretty much. So he's in a vegetation state for nine or almost 9 years, and I'm just kind of talking out loud. Last night, the enemy put him like in this artificial dream. They wanted to know if I would help him, you know, walk again or whatnot. By Because my families are trying to send him to a clinic to do stem cell in Mexico. And my sisters wanted to push me to go to India. I'm not an India kind of person, sorry, you know. And this brother and I were not very close. Growing up, we were fine, but he came to the U.S. He have changed, and we became. When I remember when I was in the U.S., I went there to work for him. He had a restaurant in Richmond, Virginia. It was fine and everything, but then we had a fallout. We had a fallout because at the time he was paying me because my visa would not allow me to work, full time. I'm only allowed to work like casual or twice a week, part time, let's say. So he was paying me under the table and to work in his restaurant. And so we had a fallout about pay because I was working a couple of months and he has not paid me for 2 months. Anyhow, we had a big fallout. We had a big fight. We had a fight. And I stopped talking to him. And when he got sick, he's my mother's favorite child. But she always says, "Oh, I love you all the same." But I know deep inside she loves him the most. You know, so she called me one time, but because I refused to call him when he got sick. He was sick and he was in hospital. He had a stroke, 2 strokes, and my mom called me very upset over the phone, and she goes, "I will not forgive you if you do not call your brother and ask about him and tell him you forgive him." So, my mom asked me because I have a very soft spot for my mother. And if she asks me something, I don't say no, even if I don't want to do it. It's like pure love for my mother. And so I picked up the phone, I called him, I checked on him, and his stuff. And I have not been calling as much as I would like to, and stuff. Because I think part of me is still, I forgive him. But part of me is still, I want to stay away, even though he's sick. You know, because I contemplated about a lot in life, you know, and I'm dealing with targeting and stuff. And it's not the main reason why I'm not calling, because I just feel like I don't want responsibility. I do not want responsibility for others. I will. I only care about me now to take care of myself and my, mental state than caring for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? If I had a child, I think I would treat the child the same way. Even this is my brother, my flesh and blood. My child would still receive the same treatment because I'm not state to take care of a child, or take care of anybody. Okay. So why I'm telling you this? I'm telling you this because I feel this is how I feel. And you can just tell me, what do you think? You know, I feel these people put him in a wheelchair. They should give him the stem cells themselves in the US. He doesn't have to leave the US to go to Mexico for a stem cell. They can give him the stem cells while he's in bed. They know how to inject people. They injected me with a lot of garbage and a lot of things to harm me. So why can't they inject him with the stem cells while he's in the US? Why my family have to cough up $11,000-$12,000 to send him to Mexico? This is what I don't think is fair. This is not fair. My family have to, the money that my sisters don't have been saving, and here and there, they're trying to come up with this money for my brother's treatment because his insurance will not pay for this treatment to be done outside of the US because it's not offered in the US anyway. It's not, they will not pay for treatment out in Mexico. So why my sister have to spend a money that they don't have, where in reality these people are at fault who put him in a wheelchair? They should treat him in the US. And don't act like, because stem cell is not offered in the US, they cannot treat him in the US. Because God only knows they injected me with a lot of garbage to harm me. You know what I'm saying? To hurt me physically, mentally, and all that jazz. They can offer him a treatment in the US. You know what I'm saying? That's why I could never go to the US. I said to my brother, if he were to go to my other brother, if he were to go to Mexico, I'm going to go to Mexico, wait for him there to be brought to me over there in the US, in Mexico. And I'm going to stay with him through the treatment in a clinic in Mexico. But I will not lay a foot in the US soil, even if they paid me. After the last time I was there in the US, how they manhandled me and treated me. They tackled me on the floor and humiliated me. For me to go back to the US, this is far fetched. It will never happen. Something is out of this world. I would not do it because how I was treated. You understand? And I am with my own rights, and I feel justified not to lay a foot in the U.S. soil anymore. You know what I'm saying? I asked for apology, a formal apology from them. I asked for things from them, and apology, and they did not. They did not give me that. So anyhow, to go back to my brother's story, these people put him in a wheelchair in the U.S. governments, whatever who did carry this attack on him, they can make him walk. Why I have to even go to Mexico? You know what? I'm not even going to Mexico. I've changed my mind.